The search for authenticity. Existentialists believe that we must reshape our identities throughout our lives in order to always be authentic in the present. Existential guilt comes from the realization that we are not achieving our ideal self because we are trying to live up to the expectations of others. The purpose of the group is to assist members in questioning their identities so that they can live authentically. Aloneness and relatedness. Existentialists assert that we are ultimately alone in the universe. Although we create meaning from our social connections, we are alone and must choose our path in life and decide for ourselves who we want to be. They believe we are both alone and related. We are alone and must find satisfaction within ourselves before we can establish meaningful connections with others. The role of the therapist. The main goal of the group is to increase members' self-awareness, so the therapist must be subjective, psychologically present, and form an empathic relationship with clients. As mentioned previously, existential therapists do not use a specific set of techniques. This is because understanding the client's subjective reality and the relationships within the group are more important than technique. However, there are 3 techniques that work well with this model for group work. The first is the therapeutic use of silence. This is an opportunity for space between dialogue so that therapists can listen and clients can move forward in their way of choosing. It may feel like you are spinning into this abyss as the silence goes on, but let it be for the moment. The second technique involves asking open-ended questions that get at the meaning of what the client is saying, using words that are implied in their way of explaining things. This is not to be confused with probing for more information. The third technique is for the therapist to make interpretations that give meaning to the client's complete story through connecting their statements and experiences. The therapist pieces together the client's dialogue to gain better understanding. Some of the strengths of the existential approach to group therapy are its focus on the empowerment of clients, its emphasis of therapeutic relationships over technique, and that therapy can be flexible and tailored to each client because there is not a specific set of techniques. Next, we are going to go over some examples of existential theory from music and film. The first clip we have is from the movie The Matrix. This is the scene where Neo is given the choice to choose between seeing the Matrix or continuing to live in his false reality.